What's up, family? I welcome you back once again to the channel. As usual, if you have not subscribed to the channel, I recommend you to do so. And also don't forget to hit the notification bell to get more updates. Anytime we upload a new video, you'll be the first to have it. So today we want to continue on our Segnale Obbligo, and this is going to be the final, the very last part of the Segnale Obbligo. So today we want to tackle some few stuffs. We ended here, and today we want to do catena da neve obbligatoria. So when we say catena da neve obbligatoria, we are talking about these chains. Okay, so kind of a chain. Catena is simply a chain. So obbliga subito dopo segnare e non da prossimo chilometro a montare le catene. Non basta vederlo, averlo a bordo sulle ruote motrici anteriori, posteriori, seconda del tipo di veicolo, o fermarsi da neve e vieta il transito ai veicoli che ne sono sprovvisti. Quindi here if we are on this particular road we are coming to talk about, we are obliged to use the chains. Okay, we don't necessarily need to have them in our vehicle, but we need to put the chain on our tires. Okay, so this or better still, we're supposed to have pneumatici invernali, which means the quattro stagioni vehicles, that tires that can cope with all the weather conditions. Okay, both winter and the summer season. Okay, so that is what we call or we're supposed to have pneumatici invernali, which is specifically made for the winter seasons. All right, so if we don't have pneumatici invernali, we definitely need to put these chains on our tires. If we don't have both of them, then we cannot go on this road. And some of these roads are sometimes roads that have il segnale si trova su strada innevate. Okay, so where we have kind of snow or ghiacciate, where we have some kind of blocks. Okay, so snows, blocks, and found on montagne, like areas where there are mountains, and those areas. Right, so occorre procedere con particolare prudenza. So when we see this, we need to go with more cautions and attentions, and like I said, always precautions are very important. All right, so that is it for catena da neve obbligatoria. Yes, it just means you put on these chains and you're good to go. So if you take a close look at these indications here, we have this car, and he's walking areas where there is snow. He saw this cartello, okay, and he's obliged to use the chain, so he decided to use the chains on his tie. And when he does this, he is free to go wherever he wants to go. Okay, so that is it for catena invernale. Okay, all right, so let's look at the very next thing we want to talk about. The next thing we have here is this cartello, and we call percorso pedonale. Ok, so when we say percorso pedonale, indica un percorso, un viario, un'area destinata a transito pedoni. È sbagliato dire che il segnale indica un attraversamento pedonale. Ok, so è un viaria. It can be a road, it can be an area, it can be a specific place. Ok, so destinate a transito de persone o pedoni. So it is an area, a road whatsoever, that is destined or like reserved for movement of pedestrians or people, humans. Okay, so in this area, vehicles cannot go or transit, bicycles cannot transit, motorbicycles cannot transit, only reserved for these guys. Okay, pedoni. Okay, so that is it for what it means when we say percorso pedonale. So let's look at this percorso here. So if you take a clear look at this area, you see these are zones that these people are transiting, moving, doing their own things. Okay, so you saw this symbol here, it means un percorso pedonale. So this area, if your vehicle, you don't try to enter, and all bicycles and all. Okay, so That is it for percorso pedonale. Now the next thing to talk about is fini del percorso pedonale. So indica la fine del percorso deviare o dell'area destinata a transito dei pedoni e non la fine dell'area esclusa a transito dei pedoni o trasferimento pedonale. So if we see this symbol sbarrato rosso, okay, so it is cancelled this way. So it means that what we had before now is finished. Before the area was reserved for only pedoni. So now it doesn't mean that the pedonis cannot go. They can go, they can move, they can do whatever they want. But they also must make sure that going forward now the area is not reserved for them alone. They can meet vehicles, they can meet bicycles, they can meet animals and other utenti della strada. Okay, so that is what it means for fini del percorso pedonale. It doesn't necessarily mean that the area they cannot go, but the comportment they had before has been terminated. Now it has finished. Okay, so they need to go and be cautious of other utenti della strada. So you can see that this area is Sbarrato Rosso. So these guys, they saw this symbol here. Okay, so this symbol here, now they can still go forward, but you can see in fondo going forward there is a road for vehicles. Okay, so there's a vehicle road, this guy here. Okay, so that's what it means. So if you see this, it means that this area we had our peace of mind has been finished. Okay, now it finished from this angle. Going forward, you must be cautious. Okay, so that is it for fini del percorso pedonale. Going forward, we have pista ciclabile. Okay, so indica inizio un proseguimento integrato un apposito pannello continuazione di una pista, una corsia, un percorso unitario riservati a velocipede di bicicletta, quindi percorribile esclusivamente da ciclisti. So this is an area, if we see this category here, it means that it can be a road whatsoever, like what we said before for percorso pedonale. So but in this case it's un percorso per ciclisti, so it's only reserved for bicycles, okay, or cyclists. Okay, so vehicles cannot go, any other things cannot go, animals cannot circulate, only for cyclists. Okay, so that is it. Non consenti transito agli altri tipi di veicoli. Okay, so we have talked about this, and I think that is it. So è un pista ciclabile. So here, if you take a good look at this cartello, and we have a cyclist. Okay, so this area is only reserved for this guy, no other thing. So we have these indications. Sbarrati Rossi means that he cannot go. Okay, he cannot go. Okay, and he cannot also go. Only this guy that have this symbol. Okay, so we are talking about a bicycle that can go. Okay, so somebody on a bicycle, so only this, or a cyclist can go here, no other thing, no more thing. Okay, so yes, so let's look at the next thing we want to talk about, and that is going to be the fini de pista ciclabile. So let's dive into that. Fini pista ciclabile indica la fine del percorso deviare dell'area riservata esclusivamente a biciclette. Okay, so just so simple. So what we had before, that was for ciclisti, now it has been finished. Okay, so like I said, if you see Sbarrato Rosso crossed red this way, it means that the compartment he had has been finished. Okay, so before it was reserved only for bicycles, but now it has finished. That area is finished. Can he continue? Yes, he can continue, but he must be careful of other utenti della strada. Okay, so he must be careful of whatsoever animals and all on the road. Okay, so that is it when we say fini pista ciclabile. So you can see that here there is the indication that is Sbarrato Rosso. So this guy here, this area we call attraversamento ciclabile. So here is what we call the pista ciclabile. So when this guy gets to this area, it's reserved for him. But from this area going forward, he can go, right? Let's assume he can go. Okay, but he going from this area, he's having this, so he's not having the free zone that was reserved for him. Yes, so that means this compartment just finished from here. Okay, so that is it for fini de attraversamento pista ciclabile, sorry. So fini de pista ciclabile. Okay, so yeah, let's look at the very next thing. The next thing we can talk about here now is pista ciclabile contigua accanto a marciapiedi. So indica inizio un proseguimento se integrato con un l'apposito pannello. So continuazione di una pista, una corsia, un percorso riservato per velocipiedi, bicicletta, per aereo affiancato a una marciapiede ad un viale pedonale o comunale, comunque ad un percorso riservato a pedoni, cioè o viceversa. So this è vietata la circolazione a veicoli a motori. Good. So if we see this, it's just simple. So if it was only the bicycle, it was an area reserved for bicycles. If it was only the person here, pedoni, it would have been an area reserved for pedestrians. But now it is mixed. Yes, so now it is mixed. It means that this guy at the right, the left, this guy at the right. Okay, so accanto è diviso, so this is supposed to be a road and divided by two, and that is it for them. Okay, so it is mixed. This guy is going there, this guy is going there. Let's just look at this example here to understand what we are trying to say. Now from this instance, you can simply see this is a cartello we had, and this guy is here, okay, this one here, and this guy is this one here. Okay, so just like this, it means è un percorso riservato, o c'è un pedonale accanto a un ciclista. Okay, so just accanto means affiancato, or like one beside the other. Okay, so that is how this one is trying to tell us. Okay, so let's dive into other stuffs. Fini della pista ciclabile contigua accanto a marciapiede. So this one is fini. Okay, so it finished, and I told you, if it is finished, if we see sbarrato rosso, it means that the compartment we understand has been terminated. Okay, and that is it for it. Okay, so let's go on and see percorso unico pedonale e ciclabile. So percorso unico means integrato inizio di proseguimento di allora let's see, di un percorso pedonale e ciclabile, cioè una pista, un itinerario, una viale, un'area, una corsia riservata alla circolazione promiscua, ok, o insieme di pedoni e biciclette, è vietata la circolazione dei veicoli a motori. So here is just mixed. It was like this one, but this one was having one accanto o affiancato a altro, but this one è promiscua o promiscuato, or it is mixed, they are mixed. Okay, so everybody can do his own thing, this one here, this one there, and that is what this cartello is trying to tell us. So here you can see we have the cartello. This is a bicycle, this is this guy here, and nothing divides them like what we had before, but everybody is doing his own thing. The bicycle is there, he's here, somebody could be there, everybody can be mixing together. Okay, so è mischiato, è un posto promiscuato, che ognuno fa un movimento che vuole. Okay, so just nothing separates them. All right, so that is it for that as well. The next thing here is fini del percorso pedonale ciclabile. Okay, so like I said, if it is sbarrato in this way, rosso, it means that it has been finished. Okay, so what we talk about right now, that è un posto promiscuato, Now it is finished. Can they go? Yes, they can go, but now maybe different compartment ahead of them. So this means it has been finished, that compartment. Okay, so let's look at percorso reservato a quadrupedi da Soma e dalla Sera. Indica un percorso passaggio riservato solo a quadrupedi da Soma e dalla Sera, cioè a cavalli, una tra quadrupedi montati. Vietata il transito a tutti i veicoli, comprese le biciclette e i veicoli a trazione animali. È sbagliato dire che il segnale indica la prossimità di un moneggio. Cioè, allora, so when we talk about when we see this è un percorso riservato a quadrupedi, it means that areas reserved for four-legged animals. Okay, so it can be a horse, it can be a cow, it can be, so those guys, it's reserved for them. So, è vietato il transito a tutti i veicoli, even bicycles, okay, comprese biciclette e veicoli a trazione animale. So it includes bicycles and other vehicles only for this guy, reserved for them, okay. So they are the people that can transit on this particular road. And so here you could see there is this sign. We saw our catelo, and these are the animals moving here, okay, with their guys. And this percorso, this area specifically, is reserved for them. You can see vehicles are having their own lanes here. No one can transit here, and that is it, reserved for these guys alone. Okay, so that is it. And the next thing is going to be the fini. Okay, so it's going to be Sbarato Rosso, and that is going to be the fini, the Pecoso Animale da Soma. Okay, so let's look at how it's going to be. And you can see fini de percorso riservato a quadrupedi da Soma e dalla Sera, and is Barato Rosso. It means that the area is finished. Okay, so here, can they still go? Yes, they can go, but they can meet other utenti della strada. Okay, so you can see here i quadrupedi insieme a tutti altri utenti della strada, veicoli animali, sbagliato. So that is it, and nothing more, nothing less. Okay, all right. So here you can clearly see that this is fini. Okay, so you saw this cartello, and from here, from this angle here, vehicles are crossing and all. Okay, so because there is a road, so here they must be very cautious, and because they can meet the other utente. But from here you can see it is inizio. So from here going, they have their free thing, they can do their own movement, they can do their own thing. Okay, so that is it for that. And if we are vehicles and we see this symbol, it means that on this road we cannot go, because only them can transit. Few other things to go here. We have ot dogana o ot doganare. Segnala una varco doganare preso alla frontiera con un paese extracomunitario, cioè non facendo parte della comunità europea CE, obbliga a fermarsi per controllo doganale da parte dell'agente di dogana, anche se non siano oggetti o messi da dichiarare. Okay, so when we see this sign dogana or dogana, yes, it simply means we are on areas, one country and the other country that is not part of the European Union. Okay, so it means that we are on a borderline and we need to stop for a border check. Okay, it is obligatory, like we are obliged to do that. So even if we don't have any goods to declare or something, we still need to stop for the border checks. Okay, so that is it when we talk about dogana or doganare. So dogana is nothing more or less like something of these areas you can see. Vehicles, like I said, if you get here, you definitely need to go and wait for somewhere for the border checks. They will control your vehicles if the goods you haven't intact, or secured, or and yes, so that is it for ot dogana or doganare or dogana. Okay, yeah. Next thing we have here is confini di stato tra paesi della comunità europea. If we say confini, is just a border. Okay, so confini di stato tra paesi dell'unità europea, comunità europea, is a border between two countries that are taking part of a European Union. Okay, so assuming Italy and France are having border, so here we can find this area, and when we see Italia, it means that we are in a zone between Italy and France, but this is an area still reserved for France. Okay, for Italy. Okay, so we are in a borderline between Italy and maybe Germany, or maybe Italy and Sweden, but this area is a zone still for Italy and nothing more. Vedete dire che il segnale viene posto sulla parte posteriore del veicolo. Cioè, it has nothing more than what I told you right here. This one is not placed at the back of our vehicles or anything. It is on the confine. Okay, all right. So that is it for that. Let's look at preavviso di confini di stato tra paesi della comunità. So un preavviso means that it tells us ahead or time ahead. So presegna i confini di stato con un paese aderente alla comunità europea, c'è, ed è quindi posto sulla strada autostrada che conduce a tale confini, non obbliga a restarsi per controllo organari. So when we see this, it means that we are also maybe on autostrada, on that highway. So you see that here we have 1 kilometers. It means that 1 kilometers ahead of us, we are already in the confine of France. Okay, we are already in France. So it's on the road. We are not already even maybe in the city or in France, but it tells you the zone, the area, or the country in which you are at that particular moment. Okay, so that is it. All right, so it doesn't mean you have to stop on the road for any border check or whatsoever. All right, so here we have hot polizia. Hot polizia è un segnale mobile che viene posizionato nella vicinanza di un posto di blocco istituito da organi di polizia e ripetuto nel punto di arresto. Bisogna obbligatoriamente fermarsi anche se non viene mostrata la paletta, quindi non solo in caso di segnalazione da parte degli agenti. È sbagliato dire che bisogna dare la presenza a mezzi della polizia, oppure che bisogna fermarsi a confini del stato al varco doganario, stazione autostradale. So when we see hot polizia, it means that hot polizia, we must stop. Okay, it is a command from the police. It could be that the police is doing a checks on the road, or there's an accident that, yes, something like that. So it doesn't we are obliged to stop on that particular road that we see this cartello. Okay, so yes, sbagliato dire che bisogna dare precedenza. So it's not talking about giving way or giving precedence or dare precedenza. Okay, so it only says stop because there might be something on the road. Police is doing his checks, there's an accident, there's something, and everybody must stop. Okay, so that is it for hot polizia. Let's look at this particular instance here to understand in depth what it means. Now, if you take a close look at this instance, we have hot polizia. There is a police car, the police car over there and all, and I don't know, maybe, yes, police are doing their own checks from this car, from there and all, you understand. So because they blocked the road to do their checks, so you see this one here before you get here that simply says, oh, you must stop, not wait for them to stop you whatsoever. As far as you see this, you must stop where you find yourself. Okay, so yes, that is it for that, and I think this is a very final subtopic, and segnale di obbligo. And in fact, we have treated everything under obbligo, and I promise you we are going to tackle other topics as well from here. So I encourage you to stay on tune on this channel, and for that matter, do me a favor and do yourself a favor. Hit the subscription button and the notification bell as well, so that anytime we post any video, you'll be the first one to have them. If you don't understand anything, please go to the comment section and write them there. We will be here to help you. And also, if you have any questions or whatsoever, if you have any topics you want us to treat, you just go to the comment section. And also, if you like the video, just hit the like button, and you can also leave your comment under the comment section. Please share this video to other people you think must be useful to them. All right, thank you very much, and see you in another video.